Philadelphia, the new capital of the nation, was British General Howe's new goal during the campaign of 1777. The British began marching toward the Philadelphia city. Washington was reassured that the British troops could be beaten, so he chose the high grounds of Chadds Ford, Pennsylvania.
Not only did this Chadds Ford area provide high-level grounds for the troops, but also provided an easy escape route across the Brandywine River.
The American troops were placed along the Brandywine River in order to guard the main fords.
The British formed at Kennett Square in order to make a plan. Half the British army was ordered to march from Kennett Square and meet the Americans at the bank of the river.
Yeah.
The other half would march north and surprise attack Washington's forces.
September 11, 1777, the day of the battle, began with a heavy fog.
The first indication of troop movement by the British Army showed Washington that General Howe had split up his forces. Washington continued on with the belief that the British were sending their entire forces against his. Howe and his troops meanwhile continued their march towards the British. Later that day, the British troops had crossed the Brandywine River at the unknown northern ford. The British had a strategic position over the Americans, and thus in the good position for a surprise attack. The British attacked from the right, and Washington knew right away that the American troops had been outmaneuvered. Washington ordered his men to retreat to the high grounds. Later on, however, as the defeated American troops marched or retreated to Chester, General Howe's exhausted British troops camped out on the Brandywine battlefield. Meanwhile, over the next few days, the British troops and General Howe marched closer to Philadelphia. In order to avoid British takeover and attacks, Congress evacuated Philadelphia. The loss had hurt the American troops, and Washington's army size had begun to dwindle, going from an army consisting of 15,000 men to 16,000. This house, located on the Brandywine battlefield, was home to a Quaker farmer, Gideon Gilpin, who lived with his family in the home during the period of the battle.
When the British attacked, the Americans realized they wouldn't win. So they retreated, and the British went to Philadelphia.
Although the Americans were forced to retreat from the Battle of Brandywine, the men were not demoralized.
How long?